Of EESvT, Parham was the guy who was right there, but he pulled that one in the breadbasket, and David Coe.
I'm not sure. It's hard to make out the difference between Anthony Patterson, who's 88, and Eugene Roberts. I have a feeling that may have been Eugene Roberts that caught that ball. It looked like 88 to me, but I think as he came up, it looked like Eugene Roberts. I
got him as he walked about the 50. It looked like an 8. All I could make out was an 8. And
we have sometimes we have eye troubles.
Well, you know, being 22 years old like I am, sometimes, as we said in the past a few times, we do have trouble on some of them plays across the way.
Right. Look at the crowd, Rudy. We've got a super crowd, a good crowd, high-spirited crowd, and
as to get this Terry Sanford team back in the football game if they could. It really would be spirited.
Boy, yeah. And you know something? We have had 2 ball games out of the 4 where lightning is struck right at halftime. You do remember?
Very well, I do.
Just before the halftime, and at Douglas Byrd, and also at 71st. So things have happened with just a few seconds to go.
Yeah, and all this opening nights for all these teams, it all counts. The flag goes up, and it means a whole heap.
That's right. This
other than just bragging rights.
This is being the conference season now. It's down to time of importance.
8 seconds left to play here in the first half time for about one more play. Fires it out in the flat. Now he's going to throw it deep, and it is incomplete. A good play call there. And Rodney Sherrill, the tight end, little flip pass to him, and then Sherrill put it airborne to Patterson, who was beating the heat down the far side of the field. McGill and Gonzalez all out there covering for EESvT. But a good play call, I think.
Yeah, it was a little razzle-dazzle, I think.
Certainly the line pass.
Certainly was a time for it, wasn't it? But a little bit of time left in the half.
We've got 1 second left to play. Couldn't have timed it better. And again, we'll probably see something that you won't normally see during the ball game. The Bulldogs have to come up with a big play here to get in the end zone. They trail 22-0. As Jack said, we're going to have a lot of halftime, a lot of color, a lot of good music. Back to pass, being chased down the pocket. Hedgecoe rolling. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, and down to the 35-yard line. Goes out of bounds, but that's it. Folks, that's all she wrote, unless the flag is dropped back upfield.
I think if the flag's down, of course, the half cannot end on a penalty if it's against the defensive team. But
Sanford's leaving the field, so it must be against him, and it is. They're talking with EESvT. Try to pick up that penalty. I'm sure that it'll be declined, most likely. And that's it.
They call that on it.
That's the end of the first half of action here, as the bands will take the field, and Jack and all you folks have entertained with some great band music here at halftime, and we'll also discuss the first half of action here from the stadium at Terry Sanford here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We'll be right back after this message.
I'm Copley Wilson Jr. with Freeman Motor Company in Lumberton. We hope you're enjoying tonight's game. It's been many years since the old school coat was worn. We have a good selection of new and used cars and trucks in Lumberton. We hope you'll choose us to make your next car or truck purchase. At Freeman Motor Company, we have one of the largest selections of Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, and Dodge trucks and GMC trucks in the Carolinas. We have prices that will win you over and dependable service after the sale. Come to Freeman Motor Company in Lumberton, where we say, if you've got the wheel, we have the way. What counts most is the difference you pay.
But we lost, Grandpa.
So you lost. The ball didn't work. Come on, I'll buy you a drink. Uh-oh. You got any money?
Uh-uh.
What's this?
Wow.
And this? You're a walking piggy bank.
Wow.
There you go.
What about you, Grandpa?
I'll have a sip of yours.
Coca-Cola Classic. That's an awful big sip, Grandpa.
I'm an awful big guy. Now let's see some of that fancy footwork.
All right, we're back here at halftime at Terry Sanford Stadium, and on the field performing now is the EESvT Golden Bull Marching Machine, performing for us at halftime with their majorettes, their complete band. They have also flags, flag corps, and a banner holder. And Rudy, it's nothing like the pageantry at halftime. I love it.
Jack, these are 2 outstanding bands. And I'll tell you something, EESvT looks like a college band.
Yeah, they
are so well drilled, well oiled.
We've seen them in the Laney any ball game, and it did an excellent job. And Paul Rogers does a nice job with his band, and they're sharp. And you know, they have majorettes. So you don't see majorettes as much anymore because flags and rifles and what have you are a little more popular in the core type of band.
Majorettes make the band, don't you?
Yeah, I think
it all.
Majorettes have certainly been a traditional part of the band, and Smith has 2 majorettes, and they're doing an excellent job. I think, Rudy, the pageantry of high school football in this area is something that all schools have taken great pride in. I know our superintendent is interested in the bands performing at almost all the ball games, and in fact on October the 4th is going to be a marching band showcase featuring all 8 of the Cumberland County high school bands held at Southview Senior High School in the evening time. We would invite our listeners and viewers to come to that performance where all 8 bands in the Cumberland County schools are going to perform on that night. So
these kids not only march well, Jack, they're excellent musicians.
Yeah, right. Let's take a few minutes, Rudy, and just listen to the band as they perform here.
Great.
Rudy, we've heard some excellent band performance and seen an excellent band performance by the EESmith Golden Bull Band. And
get a big hand for Terry Sanford fans.
Yeah,
they've enjoyed it.
They have appreciated it, enjoyed it, and I think that's great sportsmanship.
Oh, fantastic.
I really do. And EESmith putting on a dancing exhibition right now that's outstanding as well.
As you can see on your screen as we watch it on our monitor and live down on the field.
While we've got a minute, Rudy, you might want to mention some of the dignitaries here that we in Terry Sanford.
Yeah, we want to thank for making it a great night for us. Principal here, David Pugh, Terry Sanford High School, and also their fine athletic director, Alton Miller. And so, guys, we appreciate very much for your fine hospitality here on a great football night from Terry Sanford High School.
Well, Rudy, we've got a number of things that you were mentioning earlier in the ball game. That Terry Sanford High School is one of the older schools in this county. Certainly with EESmith also being very well established. 1953-54 was the first year that the school came to the building where it currently stands, and for a long time this football field the field itself didn't exist, and we played ball games down at the old high school, which is subsequently became a junior high, and then eventually was torn down and where the new Highsmith Rainey Hospital is at this point in time. And David Pugh has just been named principal this summer. He succeeds Dr. Bill Harrison, who succeeded John Sasser, who died while still in service here. And I worked as a teacher and a coach over here.
Kick. Terry Sanford will receive, and I'll give you a quick rundown of the Terry Sanford offense. Robert Smith, Blamey, Berghoff, Felder, Lawson, and Sherrill, the front wall. And the quarterback is David Hedgecoe. The fullback, Dale Clark. And the tailback is Lacey Malloy. And we haven't really had a chance to see these guys get untracked tonight. And out at wingback, a guy who's figured strong in the passing tonight department, Anthony Patterson.
Rudy, I want to take a minute to, again, acknowledge the fact that WIDU Radio is with us tonight. They're the voice of the Golden Bull football team, and we had the pleasure of working with them over at E.E. Smith in the first ball game. We certainly are delighted that they're here with us and doing an excellent job. And also, we have Lloyd Foster and Mr. I think David Foster and Charles Kuntz are working with the radio station that has been covering the Bulldog football games all these years. Lloyd is a long-time announcer, the voice of the Bulldogs, and has been for such a very successful a long time. We want to mention that they're with us. And also Howard Baum has been the announcer here at Terry Sanford for a number of years and has provided us with some excellent statistics tonight.
Sure has.
Howard is a friend of mine and a excellent supporter. And we're ready
forward to meeting him, Jack. Okay, we're all set for second half. Here's the kick, a boomer. Drives it back to the 9-yard line, comes straight to the middle of the field, and the wedge now cuts to the outside, is going to be ridden to the turf at about the 25-yard line. McMillan makes a stop for E.E. Smith, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs of Terry Sanford as we begin the third quarter of action here. 22-0. I don't think we mentioned that too often here during the halftime, but the Golden Bulls lead. So not a good night at home for the Bulldogs.
Not so far, Rudy. Maybe they've got some things that they've discussed at halftime. Who knows?
Plenty of time to do it.
Wow, flags everywhere.
E. Smith jumps offside. Let's see if they were pulled off. We'll try not to anticipate here.
Now there were movement, looked like movement both ways. It's a matter of who moved first.
It's going to be against against Terry Sanford. Illegal procedure is the call. Will cost them 5 yards as they walk it back to the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 15. Eugene Roberts was the guy that jumped for Terry Sanford. Looked like the first man to get out of the blocks. Coming wide to the near side is Roberts along with Patterson. Hedgecoe, the quarterback, gives to his fullback. He's got running room. He's at the 45, the 50-yard line, and a great job of faking by Hedgecoe. Lacey Malloy, the tailback, and Jack, that's one of the few times we've seen him able to spring loose here in this football game tonight.
Rudy, they looked like the linebacker on that side of the line got right up in the line and shot the gap, and it looked like right where he shot, Lacey Malloy went right back through that hole.
Hey, a good peripheral vision. He spotted it, and off he went. 49-yard line, 1st and 10, Terry Sanford, and they're starting off the second half in fine fashion. Hedgecoe, the quarterback, gives to Dale Clark, and Clark gets a little yardage down to about the 47-yard line before they upend him. Parham and Gonzalez make the stop from their linebacker slots for E.E. Smith.
Rudy, I want to say that Dale Clark this year is playing at the fullback position, and Dale's one of the fastest men on the Terry Sanford team. He also runs track and has excellent speed. Yeah.
Pick up a 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the first down. Hedgecoe, the quarterback. In motion goes Patterson to the far side. Give is going to be to the first man through, Dale Clark, and Clark sticks his head down and drives into the Golden Bull defense. First hit by McGuire, and then the whole left side. Gerald was there, McGill, Gonzalez, all in there on the stop for the Golden Bulls. So a pickup of a couple yards on it. Terry Sanford will be looking at 3rd and about 3 for the first down.
Good drive so far, Rudy.
Excellent drive. It sure has. And they need a good drive. Trailing 22-0 to get something going here in the second half. Long count for Hedgecoe. Gives it. Oh, no. Keeps it on the option. Rolls inside. Now pitches to his tailback. And he had to do a great job. He hung on. He did not hang on to the football. Reuben Bryant was the guy that hit him. But, Jack, I believe Hedgecoe waited a little bit too long to pitch to Malloy.
I think so, too. He made a great play in making the turn. It was close to the first down. And I believe that Malloy might have felt like David was going to keep the ball at that point. And
well, the defense had already picked him up.
Yeah, it really had. And it didn't seem to be an advantage to the pitch at that time. But it's a shame. We said just talking about a good drive, and the very next play maybe we put the mouth on him.
We hope not.
No, I hope not.
1st and 10, Golden Bulls. Lewis, the quarterback, has Groves and Small as setbacks. Give is to Groves, and he puts his head down, drives it across the 40, out to about the 44-yard line before Stokes and Daigle make the stop for the Bulldogs. 9 minutes left to play here in the third quarter.
Rudy, Terry Sanford defense has got to hitch up its trousers again here and try to get the ball back.
Boy, they sure do. Brown split to the near side, the wing back. To the far side is split in Dudley. Give little flip pass to Dudley, and Dudley gets it across the 50. They chase him out of bounds across the way. Waddell was the guy to get to him first, Elliot Waddell.
Yeah, Jamie Dudley, as we saw in the first ball game, is an excellent receiver, and I think what makes him so much more of a threat, Rudy, is the fact that when he catches the ball, he knows what to do with that pigskin.
Well, he can throw it or run it.
Yeah.
You know, they've done both tonight, so they have a lot of options off the little pass play, the little flip pass behind the line pass that sometimes can get you into a little bit of trouble.
Right.
First and 10. Give is to the tailback. He's got running room. Sebastian Small upended as he gets it across the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. And with that, we'll take timeout and this message down the way. So Sebastian Small continues to run that football well here tonight.
He certainly does. And as I say, I think the improvement of Tyrone Groves as fullback gives E.E. Smith another dimension, Rudy.
Great 1-2 punch.
Yeah, that maybe they hadn't counted on initially, because as I repeated, I think one time before, Groves did play some in the Laney game, but more or less when Smith got ahead in the ball game. Tonight he's starting, and his size, I don't know what is his class, Rudy? He's just...
I believe he's a senior.
Yeah, he's a senior. And I was surprised. I thought he was a junior, but he's a big young man and does a good job of blocking, but especially gives him another option on the run.
And we've got Bulldogs shaken up on that last play. What's it, number 20? 30? Chilton?
Shea Chilton.
Shea Chilton was the guy, and we certainly hope that's not a bad injury. He almost collapsed as they were bringing him off the field. It looks like he's holding his ribs, Jack.
May very well be. Coach Dasko said they had a couple of fellows that had some rib problems.
Oh, boy. Well, I'll tell you what, he's got some now for sure. Evidently took a good shot. Give is going to be to the fullback, Tyrone Groves, and Groves stopped at about the 39-yard line.
I don't believe, well, let's see, Rudy, did he make the first down? Yes, I guess he did.
Or check, I said the 39-yard line. It's the 36-yard line. The ball looked like they must have gotten him, knocked him down there, and he got up and went out to the 39. I didn't see him in that traffic we had out there, but they bring the ball back to the 36-yard line.
I believe they knocked him back after his forward motion took him to the 36.
First and 10 for the Golden Bulls. Give is Sebastian Small. He's got running room, 30, and carries it all the way down to about the 20-yard line. Boy, can he accelerate. He had a big hole on that left side. Great blocking. Robert McEachern was the guy who stopped him for Terry Sanford. But, boy, I'll tell you what, he bolted through there. I don't think he was touched until he hit him.
He did not. The blocking at the point of attack for E.E. Smith has been excellent. There is a flag, however, that seems like it's going to negate all that, Rudy.
So they're going to bring it all back.
Certainly are.
And I I'm sure that Small would love to have had that because that was more yardage he could tack on as he is one of the leaders here.
Looks like it was possibly a motion penalty.
Bring it back just outside the 40-yard line.
If you're a ball carrier and that happens, you say, come on, lineman, now let's keep it all together here.
And give me the ball again.
Give me the ball the next time. And
First and 15.
Guess what?
Give is going to be to Small. He's at the 35, the 30, still going down to the 25 before they finally stop him. Boy, I'll tell you, when he gets those pins turning, he's hard to stop. Keith Flood again gets up off the bottom along with Stokes, and hey, when he gets by those guys, they ain't no more.
No, I tell you that.
We're talking about the safety.
That's the same play to the opposite side. And in that both situations, the fullback did a good job of blocking. You know, that's
great job.
That's a key to a great running game, and you have to have a fullback that is satisfied to get the ball a few less times maybe than a tailback, but has got to block when it comes time.
Most certainly. 6:52 left to play here in the third quarter. 22-0. The Golden Bulls of E.E. Smith out front, and they're marching now deep again into Bulldog territory at the 25-yard line. First and 10. Dwayne Lewis, the quarterback. From the power line, a little flip pass complete across the middle at the 20-yard line. And I believe it was to Paul Suggs, the tight end. Stokes and Flood again make the stop for the Bulldogs, and we had a Bulldog shake it up on the play. I believe it was 34, Elliot Waddell, one of the linebackers. But he's okay as he gets back into the huddle. He too was sort of holding his ribs, so he may be another one of those guys with the sore ribs tonight having to play. Brown and Dudley, the split in and wide wing back respectively to the far side. Give is going to be to Demetrius Briggs, who came in replacing Small, and a little slant play gets it down to about the 16-yard line before they come up to bring him down. Sherrill was the guy who made the initial hit for the Bulldogs, so it'll be third and about 1 for the first down.
Smith's moving the ball well now. It's a shame Terry Sanford momentum was lost with that fumble because Smith is taking advantage of that so far. They're coming right back.
And they need a good drive to start the second half. They need to put some points on the board to get this crowd into the ball game. Give is to Small back in the ball game, and Small is going to be hit and dropped at the 10-yard line. And with 5:06 left to play in the third quarter, we'll take timeout and this word down the way.
All right, Rudy, we're back, and E.E. Smith has, in fact, a first down. Looks like the ball is just inside the 10, so it appears that they must score in order to keep the ball.
Quarterback is Lewis. Gives to Small, touchdown. Sebastian Small carrying tacklers into the end zone. Went right to, that time, the heart of the Terry Sanford defense that carried the ball right in the end zone. Boy, once he passed that line of scrimmage, he really accelerated in the end zone.
And it looked like he carried 2 or 3 Terry Sanford ball players with him.
When he sticks that head down, he's got strong legs.
Oh.
Chris Degler will kick the extra point. Had one bad snap and still got it in the end zone as he picked it up and raced into the right-hand corner of the end zone. Brown will be holding. And I believe Brown was the guy who picked that football up a while ago for the 2 points.
May have been
a bad snap. Right.
I tell you, Kwame Brown can run the ball too. We saw him catch a beautiful pass on the opening series from E. Smith when they played Laney. So, however, most of the passing tonight has been to Jamie Dudley.
Well, really haven't had to pass that much, Jack.
Yeah. Their running game is ready. Notice in the background, Rudy, the Bulldog sign over there. It's
beautiful sign. Kick is up. It looks great. We'll have to wait. No, it's off. Just missed off the left side.
Well, there was plenty of height on that kick, Rudy.
Plenty of toe, right. You mentioned the Bulldog.
Yeah, I mentioned the sign that they were showing over there. The home of the Bulldog sign has some.
Have they had had that here very long, or is that...
This is about, I think, maybe 4 years old at this point. While we've got a minute, Rudy, let me mention that not only do these schools that are competing in the conference here have great athletic programs, they also have great academic programs. I was looking at some information here that was provided by the folks at Terry Sanford and looking at the percentage of kids who come out of Terry Sanford, for example, and go on to college. And over the last 5 or 6 years, this has ranged from 78% to 84, 85% of these kids go on to extend their education beyond high school. Now that's an outstanding record, and I think
that's a great achievement.
Yeah, and I think this same thing is probably true with the EESmith, and that's, you know, academics comes first. Academics comes first, and I think all these kids and these coaches know that, and they emphasize it.
Okay, Degler will be kicking. Gets a short end-over-end kick that's going to be grabbed at the 20-yard line, comes straight up the field, and going to be hit at the 30, and goes down at about the 31-yard line. 28-0 the score. Horton made the stop for EESmith.
Rudy, you may remember, though, at EESmith, it took us about half the game to figure out who EESmith's kicker was, Chris Degler. Now it looks like they've slipped in somebody else. That was number 15, Tyrone Shields, that kicked that ball, so they keep us off balance all the time, don't they?
We'll have to talk to Coach Sanford about that. I guess he wants to say, guess him out there. A little experience kicking time in there.
That's right, sure.
Hedgecoe, almost a fumble in the backfield there, gets it out to the 31-yard line. The give was to Dale Clark, the fullback, and he got a little, maybe a yard. No, they say none. He just got it back to the line of scrimmage, and Joe Gonzalez was there to put a helmet in and bring him down. So we'll be looking at first and 10, or second and 10, with a flag down at the 30-yard line against EESmith.
Personal foul.
Well, I'd like to know how many yards they've had penalties tonight.
It's been a number, and most, it's been, what, about 4 15-yard penalties, yeah. That's been Terry Sanford's big gainer to me, really.
Sure has.
They've done an excellent job of moving the ball by way of penalties.
46-yard line. First and 10 for the Bulldogs of Terry Sanford, trying to get some points on the board with 3:56 left to play here in the third quarter. Hedgecoe back to pass, looking, fires complete at the 48-yard line, gets it across the 50, down to the 48-yard line. Receiver was Anthony Patterson, the wingback. Stop made by Reuben Bryant for the Golden Bulls. McGill also in on the stop. Pick up a good, again, a little quick pass. They get into good rush from the EESmith front wall, and he's having to really just backpedal and get rid of that football.
He's having to do, as that Dan says, work
is right. Cut out for him. Second and 3 for the first down. Hedgecoe rolls into the line right behind his right tackle and gets it down to about the 45-yard line. Looks like it's going to be about a foot short. Joe Gonzalez was the guy who kept him from getting that first down. Ball is just shy of the 45-yard line. So actually he had to get the ball to about the 44 to pick up the first down. Yeah. Third and about 1 for the Bulldogs. So big down again for them right here. Let's see what Hedgecoe has got for them, the quarterback. Give is to the fullback. He has got the yardage and more as he gets it across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. Parham was the guy that got to him first, along with Housel and McDonald for EESmith.
Rudy, I wouldn't be sure of that, but it looked like to me Dale Clark dropped that ball and fell on it.
It did. It looked like he fumbled it. I didn't want to say it, but it looked like it to me too. After the drop kick a while ago we saw in the first quarter, though, when they came up with it, I think the ball might bounce their way tonight. At least that way.
Right.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs. Back to pass, rolling right, looking, firing. It is complete at the 20-yard line. Boy, a great pass to Rodney Sherrill, the tight end, who ran a great pattern. Dwayne McGill was the guy who dropped him, and they're going to bring it back. Evidently, he fumbled it, but it looked like he was right on top of it.
Well, you could not have proved that by me. I'm
Boy,
sure he
me
caught
either.
the ball.
Looked like a good reception from our angle, but the officials say nope. He did not have the football when he went down. Evidently, he must have been juggling.
Evidently, because it looked like a clean catch from where we were.
Good. One of the better passes. Hedgecoe had a little time then and put it right on the numbers. Again, back to throw. Big rush, gets it away, incomplete, and he took a shot from number 75, right tackle Reggie McDonald. Oh, all he saw was a big hand in his face.
He had to hurry that pass for sure, and the ball was thrown well behind the receiver, and
had a man open at the 40-yard line, just couldn't get it to him.
No, and that's been sort of his plight all night. They've done an excellent job of rushing him.
Maybe they need to throw it to the tight end a little bit more, Jack. Okay, with that, we'll take timeout, and this word down the way.
All right,
Roberts. Okay, sorry, Jack.
That's all right.
Roberts split wide to the far side. Hedgecoe back to pass, looking, firing. Picked off at the 20-yard line. Hedgecoe's pass was intended for Patterson, picked off by McGill, Wayne McGill, and again, the Golden Bulls swarmed the receiver.
Yeah, and that's been the big thing, because
triple coverage.
I think had Hedgecoe had another half a second, Roberts was about to break free, and he just had to throw the ball early, and you must do that. Sometimes that's the thing that causes interceptions, which in this case it was.
Again, they had a good drive going and bogged down.
Right.
First and 10 for E.E. Smith. An official timeout or what?
Terry Sanford.
Terry Sanford wants a timeout. We've got 1:26 left to play here in the third quarter, 28-0. As the Bulldogs are hosting the Golden Bulls of E.E. Smith.
Right. I know this has been a long night for John Dasko, not being able to get any points on the board and seeing 2 or 3 drives this half being thwarted by interception or by fumble, and that's always difficult to take. But John's got a young team, Rudy. This
What
is
a
a
job he's done here over the years, Jack.
Right.
He's been one of the outstanding coaches in North Carolina.
What I was thinking on the way over tonight, that he's, I guess we can say, I wouldn't want to say John is the oldest coach in the Mid-South, but he is the dean of the coaches in the sense of service. Yeah.
We're talking about age. We're talking about time.
Yeah, and he coached at Pine Forest for a period of time, and then he came to Terry Sanford as an assistant coach, and then came to Reed Ross as head football coach for 17 years, and then as merger was accomplished, John came here as head coach, and he's in his 4th year here. So first year he was at Terry Sanford, he took him to the state finals and lost on an unusual play.
That's the first year. That was 80s. Okay, we're back with football. Give us to Groves. Groves is out to about the 20-yard line. Felder made the stop for Sanford along with Sam Henderson, and pick up about 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the first down. Dwayne Lewis, who's gone all the way tonight at quarterback for Coach Sappos, has Groves and Sebastian Small, the setbacks. Dudley, the split in to the near side, and the Brown, the wing back to the far side. Give is to Small, and Small gets little or nothing. They have lost a yard on the play. Let's see where they unstack them. Bullock made the stop for Terry Sanford.
Well, Rudy,
got it back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Yeah, there was a mix-up. He and the quarterback sort of ran together, and that was just enough to give Terry Sanford linemen time to get off their blocks and get to him.
One of the few mix-up so they've had tonight in the backfield.
For sure.
They'll be looking at 3rd and 10. Back to pass, looking, Lewis firing deep. It is picked off at the 47-yard line. He's at the 40. And the guy that picked that one off was number 42, McEachern, Robert McEachern. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter of action on that play. And we're going to be back with fourth quarter, Jack, and we might as well do payback time, Jack.
All right, we're back. Yeah, Terry Sanford is. You know, I'll tell you the one thing, and I think Dean Sanford said in the newspaper report this week, Rudy, he said that Terry Sanford's team will not give up, and John Daskell's teams over the years will not give up. They may be down, but they're not going to give up. They're going to keep hitting. They're going to keep trying. And
well, you can look at these fans down here. They haven't given up on them either. No one's leaving this ballpark.
No, they sure have not. And the crowd is excellent tonight. They talked about the possibility of maybe as many as 6,000. Boy, that would be.
Well, they're all around the track.
Yeah.
You've got them on both ends, as you fans can see. If the camera guys want to give them a quick around the track job, we've got a capacity crowd here tonight. Both great following from the Golden Bulls across the way. I guess all they had to do was hop over here, but it's just beautiful to see.
Yeah, it is, and it certainly does help as it relates to the financial coffers too. Athletic programs, even at the high school level now, are extremely expensive, and football being the big revenue sport. And this is why I say, like at halftime, go out and support your high school teams, and football and basketball, and because the money that's generated from these two primary revenue sports are the things that help some of the non-revenue sports get off the ground and do a good job. You know, I always say when we were in high school, Rudy, when you were in high school, I mean, let's play that football so that we that play baseball could have some uniforms.
Absolutely. Well, you know, back then, down in Whiteville, we drew real well in baseball. Those years, we drew by as well in baseball as we did anything, because we didn't win that many football games, and so consequently we had an excellent baseball team and a great following. So we did something a little unusual. We did have some pretty good gate receipts. Right. But normally, Jack, you're absolutely right. It's got to be basketball and football to get your revenue. We're all set to go. Back to pass. Firing. Incomplete. Hedgecoe had to get that one away. He was trying to find Dale Clark out of the backfield, the fullback. It's incomplete down at the 35-yard line. And so we'll have 2nd and 10.
Yeah, David again was under some pressure and threw the ball a little low. You know, that's he has come in as the second-ranked passer in the conference, and E.E. Smith has made it tough on him tonight, Rudy.
Well, it just showed, as you said before, Jack, this is one of the better defensive teams in this part of the country.
Right.
Hedgecoe looking at 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Has a little time. Now fires it complete. A bullet down to the 31-yard line. And on the receiving end was Eugene Roberts, hit immediately by the Bulls' Reuben Bryant. But a pickup of about 9 yards on the play, so a big down here, 3rd and about 1 for a Bulldog first down. Driving deep into Golden Bull territory.
Difference when he had a little bit of time to throw it. He could step up, he could take the step and the complete follow through, and the ball was thrown well and right on the money.
Good strong arm.
Yes.
Good strong arm. 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs. A long count. Give is to his fullback. Dale Clark sticks his head down and drives down to about the 27-yard line. Picks up the first down. Parham made the stop, one of the linebackers, along with Housel, the nose guard, for the E.E. Smith Golden Bulls.
That was a good dive play, and that's excellent. That's sort of the money play when you get when you're needing a yard or two, and got off well on the ball, and the ball was handed well and made the first down.
And these fans deserve a touchdown here.
It would help. It really would. I think it would bring them up.
Back to pass. Hedgecoe has time. Looks, fires it deep. It is incomplete. Double coverage at the 5-yard line. A flag, I believe, is going to be roughing the passer back at the 40-yard line, because David Hedgecoe took one shot from that Smith defense.
Looked like number 77, Robert Pipkin, flattened him after
defensive
he threw the ball.
end.
And that's going to be another big penalty. But you know, Rudy, with as much heat as E.E. Smith has put on Terry Sanford, quarterback, tonight, that's going to happen now and then. And what you saw it happen, but you didn't see any words pass between the kids. They got up. Pipkin knew he was a little late. No words exchanged. I just got you know, I didn't mean
His job is to get that
That's
guy.
right, and sometimes you can't stop, and so sometimes the quarterback has to take the brunt of that.
Jack, we've seen great sportsmanship in the games we've done this year.
All
You
through
couldn't
the
ask
year.
for better.
No, sir.
And we want to
They have done
Patterson to the near side along with Roberts. Back to pass. Hedgecoe gives it to his little draw play to Dale Clark. And Clark is dropped at the 15-yard line, I believe it is. About the 15-yard line by Gonzalez and Housel. Maybe got it across the 15. Let's see where they place it down. Up squarely on the Golden Bull 15-yard line.
Looks like the fans are getting into it, Rudy. They
wave here.
They love that camera, don't they?
Yeah, boy. Good-looking group on that camera.
Yes, sir.
Hedgecoe with Patterson split to the near side. Gibb is going to get a little pass play over the middle, complete at the 12-yard line to tight end Rodney Sherrill, and he's dropped immediately by McGill. And boy, I'll tell you, that hurts when you get knowing when you do that little old turn-in pattern, little button hook, that those shoulder bones are going to take a shot.
I'll tell you, that's a position that's tough to take. When you turn your back to a defensive back and the ball gets to you, you know you're going to take a hurt.
Where you don't know, but usually it's up top.
You can usually hear the footsteps coming.
Here those ivories rattling. Okay, 3rd and 9. Big down here for the Bulldogs at the 11-yard line. Back to pass, being chased out of the pocket. Hedgecoe running for his life is going to be dropped back at the 20-yard line by, again, a swarming bunch of Golden Bulls. McGuire was the first guy to get to him with plenty of help from, you name it. You might say Gerald, Gonzalez, McGill, Housel, all of them were back there dogging him out of that pocket. And once they got him out, the chase was on, and they dropped him for a big loss. So it'll be 4th and 15. And with that, well, while we're away, McGill made the interception again. Hedgecoe got good pressure and had to unload it. And McGill picked it off in the end zone. They bring it out to the 20-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10. Exactly have a comment about that after this play. Gibb is going to be to Sebastian Small, and Small worms his way out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line before they chase him out across the way. We'll make it the 26-yard line. Picked up about, what, 6 yards on the play?
Looks like it, yeah. That's the pass was thrown on the play that while we were away, the ball was thrown well, but Smith's defense was excellent. And
again, double coverage.
Yeah, two coverage on the end.
Lewis, the quarterback, gives to the first man through, Tyrone Groves, and Groves just puts his head down out to about the 27-yard line. Inslee, Eric Inslee, was the guy to put the shoulder pad in to his midsection. At about the we'll say the 30-yard line. So Smith will be looking at 3rd and about 2 for the first down.
Rudy, it looks like we've got some of the folks that are beginning to move out now on the Terry Sanford side.
Lewis, Gibb is to his tailback, Small, across the 30, fumbled the football, and looks like he got it back at about the 35-yard line as he stacked up black jerseys. Boy, I'll tell you, they were all over that football in again. I like the way that the Bulldogs have handled that football tonight.
Yeah, they have done a good
nose for it. Some big plays has really hurt them.
And Smith has some good-sized linemen, and they're experienced ball players. And John Daskell's, many of his kids are kind of young, so they're still in there scrapping and fighting, Rudy. They haven't given up.
Sure haven't. Felder made the stop for the Bulldogs. On the keeper at the 40, at the 45 is Lewis. They're going to be dragged down inside at about the 49-yard line. Who was hanging on to him? Johnson was one of the first guys, the Bulldogs, to bring him down, but he picked up the first down and more a yard inside Bulldog territory at the 49-yard line. We've got 6:10 left to play in this football game here tonight. 28-0. The Golden Bulls riding their ranking in the state, number 2, playing an outstanding football game here at Terry Sanford tonight. Lewis pitches to Small, looking for running room. He's at the 50, across the 50, the 45, the 40, open field. He may go all the way. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown. Oh, can this guy accelerate? Man, he turned that corner like a jet, and then the afterburner came on.
54 yards.
54 rambling yards for tailback Sebastian Small, and boy, that's going to add to his yardage.
Listen, I know he was over 100 yards. He had 86 yards midway through the second quarter, and was probably right at 100 yards or so in the second quarter and first half. Now, you know, he's picked up an additional 40 or 50 yards on that play alone, so that makes it tough.
Okay, Chris Degler comes in to kick, holding is Quan Brown. Good snap. It's down, it's up, and it is perfect right to the uprights, and we've got a score here with 5:45 left to play in the fourth and final quarter. It's the Golden Bulls of E.E. Smith 35 to Terry. We'll be right back with a kickoff after this message.
Hi, my name is Chuck Bain. I'm the general manager here at Edwards, and I'd like to introduce America's answer to the European luxury car, the Eagle Premier. The Premier features as standard equipment front-wheel drive, independent suspension, power steering and brakes, the roomiest interior of any sedan in its class, electronic ignition, dual remote control mirrors, electronically tuned stereo, and backed by Chrysler's 770 protection plan. Come out to Edwards and test drive the exciting Eagle Premier. We're located on Bragg Boulevard near the 401 bypass, Fayetteville.
At Fayetteville State University, there's a new era of excellence brought on by a new chancellor and a new management team. Fayetteville State University is one of the 16 campuses of the UNC system, serving all of southeastern North Carolina. Fayetteville all major programs of study, including Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, and Master of Business Administration. And registration for the spring semester begins January 6th through the 13th. So be a part of this new era of excellence this fall at Fayetteville State University.
Good coach. I'll tell you right now, Coach Jack has been great tonight.
Well, we're back now, and
you know, if you keep on doing such a great job, I'm going to have to tell you my fish story last night. I got home at 2:30, and those spots were biting into. I'll tell you, Jack, I hung about a 30-pounder on 10-pound test line, and if you believe that, you believe any fisherman's story. No, I didn't. The big one got away.
Yeah, I was going to say that surely was not the big. That wasn't the biggest one.
Oh, a lot of fun though. I tell you, I couldn't leave when those things start biting. I love the saltwater fish, and we went down there had planned to come back about 2:30 or 3 o'clock, and somebody said, one of the old timers down said, stick around about 9 and you'll catch a bunch of fish. I said, guys, I believe this fella. You know, he's one of the old men of the sea, and sure enough, he was right. About 9 o'clock, the bottom fell out for the spot because we began to feed.
Well, that's great. You ought to have a bunch of good eating then.
Oh, we'll do that about maybe Monday. Short kick, grabbed at the 30-yard line, stumbles forward out to the 40 before he finally really falls under his own steam. Didn't need much coverage there. The ball carrier was Gerald made the stop, and I believe it was a ball carrier.
Number 35, Rudy.
35.
Number 35 for Terry Sanford. Looked like Cedric Johnson made that catch.
Okay, Cedric Johnson made a very short kick that time by Degler. Looked like he was trying to angle that ball out of bounds over here. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. 5:21 left to play here in the fourth and final period from Terry Sanford High School. To 21, we've got a 21 Lacey Malloy. Carlisle, you got to switch cards for me here now, old bud. Lacey Malloy.
That last drive, by the way, Rudy, the last touchdown drive was for 60 yards on 9 plays. Took 4 minutes and 47 seconds, and Sebastian Small had 5 carries for 41 yards in that drive, giving him a total of, I think if I was reading it right, I think 192 yards now.
Looking for 200 and probably get it back to pass. Firing, complete at the 50-yard line. He's got running room. It was Dale Clark out of the backfield, and he's gone to him quite often tonight. Dale Clark on the receiving end is dropped at about the 37-yard line. Dudley made the stop for E.E. Smith, but another good pass from Hedgecoe to Dale Clark out of the backfield, and that's worked for him quite often tonight.
It has done well, and downfield, Anthony Patterson made a good block, but you know, the defensive ball player, number 30, made a great defensive effort to make that stop.
Sure did. First and 10, trying to get something on the scoreboard. Give is going to be to Rodney Shelton in the round, wasn't it?
No, Rodney Sherrill is playing quarterback now, Rudy. He's coming in quarterback.
I started to say, my gosh, where'd I pick up him at?
And I think they probably put some of the fellas in that haven't played much tonight, so we'll probably have to pick up some new numbers here.
Really, Sherrill, the number 2 quarterback?
Yeah, he was played tight end with the first group. And now
good tight end. So Sherrill in there at the quarterback. The final 3:41 left in the football game here in the fourth quarter. Give is going to be to the first man through fumble. And I believe E.E. Smith got it. They did. Let's see if we can pick up who made the recovery, if I can find that number. Number 30 was the guy who picked it off. Dudley? Dudley was the guy who pounced on the loose football on a mix-up and a handoff from Sherrill.
Rudy, let me go back.
To Clark.
Let me go back a minute and make a correction. I read the wrong notes on that last drive. That last drive was 80 yards in 5 plays, taking 2 minutes and a half. And that Small does have 26 carries now for E.E. Smith for 192 yards.
Okay, final 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and I'm pretty sure that E.E. Smith wants to grind it out. Did they lose the football? They did.
Smith's got a new quarterback in.
Smith has a new quarterback, not even listed as a quarterback, and we'll try to pick him up for you. Lilly was the guy who made the recovery for Terry Sanford. The ball in deep in Bull territory at about the 32-yard line, so a golden opportunity with first and 10 to push this one in before the ball game's over.
Exchanging fumbles here. The second offensive groups are in.
Well, still a few minutes of ball game.
Giving him a chance to play, right?
Sherrill still in there, quarterback, Rodney Sherrill. On the option, turns inside to the 30, down to about the 25-yard line, goes Rodney Sherrill, and hit there by Dwayne McGill and McAllister. So pick up of about, say, 7 yards on the play. It'll be second and about 3 for the first down.
We've got some new backfield men. Rudy, number 20, number 45 came in, and that's Aaron Davis and
Davis, number 20.
Yeah, and Nicholas Williams. But now they've got another tailback in, so we're changing people right regular here. I'm not sure if we're going to.
We're going to say he took the ball and he did a good job.
He did.
At about the 22-yard line. So bear with us as these changes are made. Coach trying to get the young guys in, and with that, we're going to take timeout, and this word down the way.
In historic drought situations, higher temperatures prevail, but they know that.
All right, we're back, Rudy, and E.E. Smith looks like they have, or rather Terry Sanford has made a first down, the ball being on the about the 22-yard line. So I'll turn it back to you, my friend.
So Sherrill and crew will try to knock it in with 1:40 left to play here in the football game. Little mix-up in there. Sherrill keeps it on the option, rolls inside, maybe gets a yard. We'll have to see where they stack them up right at the 20-yard line. And here comes one of the golfers. Great to see Jim and Wayne Bird tonight. And Jim's beautiful wife, Becky.
That was my friend Bob Ryan coming up to tell me a little bit about what we're going to do tomorrow morning. We're going to chase the white ball.
Hey, sounds great. I'm going to chase that football at the old stadium tomorrow afternoon.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
So we both should enjoy ourselves.
Yes.
From the power line, back to pass. Sherrill looking complete at the 20-yard line. Gets it across the 20 down to about the 15. Number 25 was the guy on the receiving end.
Todd Mack.
Todd Mack, also another sub in the ball game. Horton made the stop along with Reuben Brown. E.E. Smith. 35 seconds left to play. The old clock ticking off down our left. The ball game about over with. 35-0. Sanford would love to get something on the board here. Sherrill back, being rushed, gets it away. And was it a fumble? No, it was not. The arm was going forward and down, but boy, he took a shot in the midsection.
I'm telling you what.
2 or 3.
E.E. Smith's defensive ball players have come to play tonight.
Nance. Okay, Nance was the first guy to get to him, so we've got a lot of subs in that tough defensive line of E.E. Smith.
Right. Lee Nance is normally an offensive lineman. I think he must, I don't know whether they're playing him both ways or whether he's on the second defensive, but he's an offensive lineman, has done an excellent job of blocking tonight for Sebastian Small.
4th and 3. They got to get it with this one. They got to get that first down to keep the drive alive with time running out and a big play here. Let's see what Sherrill can do. He's back to pass, looking, being rushed. Now gets it away, incomplete. No time at all to get that ball out there. The intended receiver was Patterson, but no way could he get that one off, and the ball will go over to the Bulls with 14 seconds left to play in the ball game, and probably Lewis will just drop on it, or whomever's in at quarterback for Coach Safo's Golden Bulls.
I would think so, Rudy, and it's just been a really tough night for the Terry Sanford Bulldogs, both on offense and on defense, and contrary to that, E.E. Smith has had an excellent night, both offensively and defensively. So I think this is sort of the way folks thought the ball game might go, but I wasn't sure that it was going to be this far apart.
No, not when these two rivals are playing. Give is to the fullback, gets it out to about the 19-yard line. They stack them up. Waddell and Felder make the stop for the Bulldogs, and that's it. The ball game is history, so the first conference game of the season for these two teams, the win will go to second-ranked E.E. Smith, and right now Coach Sanford has to feel good leaving here with his team with a bulging win of 35-0 over the Terry Sanford Bulldogs.
I think so, Rudy, and you noticed before the ball game, Coach Sappos was really concerned about not having his first-string quarterback, but I'll tell you what, the kid Dwayne Lewis came in and did an excellent job, and Sebastian Small was outstanding. And I'll say, you know, the offensive linemen are the unsung heroes, and they did a super job of blocking tonight.
Boy, Lane, Williams, Martin, Cole, Nance, Dudley, all those guys in there. Okay, we'll be back to wrap it up right after this message. And